So, hello everybody. We are playing Fallout 76, and the reason for that is I don't think I've logged into this game for almost a year now. And I wanted to see the games change. You know, games change over time, and there's been a couple updates. I want to see how much the world has changed, if any. Oh, crap. Yeah, see, I thought I was someplace I probably shouldn't have been. Or you can just stand there and let it hit you, I suppose. This is why I can't play with teams. I have too much lag. Oh crap, he's just gonna shoot me. Run away! I, in the past, have paid for the membership thing because I mean, whatever your opinion is on pay to play, it's worth it. For the little shack and just in general the other little things that come along with it. So I don't have that right now actually because I haven't signed up for it again. Like I said, I haven't played this in a year, so I canceled everything. Otherwise I'd be in my little private world where everything is easily killed. But there's actually one particular location I wanted to go look at. There's two actually. There's two locations I wanted to go look at. Alright, my two favorite locations in the game right now are the mall and White Springs. And we'll go to White Springs in a minute, but I wanted to go check out the mall, because I'm a mall rat. I don't expect anything to have changed, but you know, you never know what's going on. Anyway, they did a huge major gameplay update, completely rewrote the area that the White Springs are in, the White Springs Resort. A while ago. That was before I stopped playing. And it completely rearranged and redid the entire area. I don't know if there's ever been any plans to do that to the Galleria, but you know, it'd be a good location for it. There's not a whole lot to interact with, or there wasn't a whole lot to interact with outside of the Galleria. I don't even remember what the monsters are in this area, honestly. Oh, Scorched. I heard you. Where are you? I really, 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 really wish we could have bikes. I hear you. Okay, there's one. I know there's dudes in here. Told you I suck at this game. I don't want any of that. Nice wallpaper. We're not on a collecting mission right now. Probably should be, but... also because I don't have the, upgrade, I have a very limited carrying capacity. So, we're just not gonna grab anything unless we absolutely have to. There it is. Alright, so anyway. Ooh. There's new music! I heard they were putting like a rival radio station in. I fell into a burning ring of fire. That's not Johnny Cash. I don't know who's singing it, but it's not Johnny Cash. Anyway, so this is the diner area within the Galleria. This is on the outside of the zone. The game uses these mannequins to tell stories a lot. I think it's a throwback to when the game didn't have any NPCs. And the game still has very limited NPCs, so there's not a whole lot to... There's not a whole lot of living things that aren't monsters to interact with. Well, and other players. Why would we interact with other players? Oh, there you go. And then there's these damn teddy bears everywhere. Alright, anyway. Stick a fork in him, he's done. So, they use the mannequins, and there's actually an entire storyline where you're just following this guy's trail of love letters, where he's recreated scenes from his and his ex-lover's life before all this. That's actually a cute little storyline. It's a sweet little storyline. Oh, you can really hear that. I would have liked it better if they had just left Johnny Cash singing it. I don't know why they're using a modern... I don't like the modern remix of the classics. It totally takes me out of the game. Actually, it kind of does. But... this is one of my favorite things at the mall. If I don't know what's going on here, but they're having a good time. So the mall is still the outside of the mall does not appear to have changed. I want whatever this is. Hang on. Actually, I don't think you can harvest. Gosh darn it! I ran all the way over here for nothing. I can't harvest this. All right, so let's go inside the mall. Again, I'm not really expecting the mall to have changed, so just gonna kind of quick run this. I think there is a bunch of scorched inside here. I am of a sufficient level that I am not concerned about most creatures, but I can still die. I'm still not that good at the game. My character is a good level. The player is not. Anyway, so let's check out the mall. So I don't know how many people play backroom style games, but the mall reminds me of a lot of the backroom horror games I've seen recently. Is that... what do we got there? Why am I collecting silver pocket watches? Well, I want it for some reason. And so, yeah, so... oh, wait. There we go. Now we can see. Told you I gotta remember how to play the damn game. Anyway. Take the gold pocket watch, too. I think I need springs. I didn't need to take that. Anyway. I don't know if the Galleria is modeled off of any particular mall in West Virginia. I have... heard you. You must be above me. I have looked up the Galleria, and I've actually, like, gone to the location on the real-world map. The real-world map that this would have been on. I cannot find an actual location that fits this description. So... second second. Alright. He's over there. There's not that many of them in here. The problem is I don't want them to mess up. I want them to mess up the setup. So we get a chance to look at it. Okay, so one of the things we look at is the construction of the mall itself. Okay. And, you know, how the mall is designed to be used, the space itself. Keep in mind the game designers did all of this. Like, this isn't an element they just downloaded and just randomly slapped down into the game. This was designed and thought out. Okay, I know you were over here. Are you still over here? Yes. Should have gone up the other side. Oh well. You're ruining it! Stop it! Oh. See, told you. Where are you? I don't think I've been hit that hard. Damn it! You moved, damn baby buggy. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, the mall itself has been designed. So these skylights, they've been put in with the thought of what does a mall look like? You know, they're recreating a mall. Again, I don't think the Galleria exists in the real world, and I don't think there's a real world counterpart to the Galleria. Unlike some of the locations in this game, there is a real world element to it. But, yeah, the long and the short of it is, now that I've walked around some, the mall has not changed. The mall is still the mall. It's a nice place to come in and grab stuff when you're on a resources hunt. See if they knock the baby buggy around. Sometimes there's things in the baby buggy. Okay. The Fighting Furies. Now, I remember malls designed like this. Like, even these little, I don't know what you call these. Billboard areas? There's like a specific name for them. Anyway. So I remember malls like this. Not... This is weird. The tree just kind of growing there. But, I mean, most malls had some kind of greenery slapped in them to kind of... I mean, even today malls do that. They'll have, like, a waterfall, and they'll have some greens around the waterfall. Waterfall. Fountain. Water fountain. There we go. I wanted to get... Yeah, there's the main waterfall. Fountain. There's the main water fountain. I kind of like this little design that they've got down here, though, because they've turned this into, like, a sunken living room discussion area, which is actually an element of design that was pretty popular back in the, like, 40s and 50s, was that whole concept of, like, you had your, or maybe it's the 50s and the 60s, you had a living room, and then you had, like, a sunken living room, so you had to take a step down. I don't know why. I think it was called a conversation pit. I don't know why you would do that, but it was really popular. And I'm sure if you liked the elements that you could explain why you liked it, but I got a little diner in here. I don't know if this is supposed to be like diner gitch on the wall, you know? Kitsch on the wall. They're all like street signs. There doesn't seem to be like a theme in here other than this nasty ass wallpaper. It's the shiny. Sometimes I like to look at the remains. Sometimes this tells a story as well. You know, you got your two people who are waiting to be seated. You got this guy. Were you in a chair? Did you fall? I'm guessing he was here. Really weird tables. They have like a table and a chair. Are the chairs movable? I guess you could move them. Anyway, we're spending too much time on the chairs. Anyway, what else do we want to look at here? I believe the Galleria has a movie theater attachment to it. Yeah, this is the other area. So this is kind of like, okay, so we're coming off of the discussion, the conversation pit. We're coming into the larger commons area. This is kind of interesting to me because I personally don't remember seeing malls with a food style court that looked like this. Usually it was tables and chairs, not booths, but that might just be a Fallout spin on it, you know? Kind of like these little... What are these, ashtrays? No, those are the lights. But, you know, the trash cans look like rockets and that kind of stuff. But, so this is a little... I'm gonna get my butt kicked when I come down here. Maybe. Alright, so this is just kind of like a little family sitting area. There is like a performance area, which I also like because a couple of the malls I grew up in had like a, well, like a performance style area. And they would have like mini concerts and stuff. Like the Girl Scouts would perform, like choir, the Boy Scouts would come and do presentations. The mall spaces used to be used for a lot of things, like... I remember going to a rock show there, you know, where you actually go and you talk to people about rocks. I'm a nerd. But anyway, there were several little comic conventions that were held inside the malls. So the space was meant to be communal and it was meant to be used. And this is just kind of a throwback to it. You even got the little guy who's supposed to be singing there. I do remember the higher class mall had a piano. And would occasionally have a piano player, a pianist, actually playing the piano. So that's kind of a neat little nostalgic element for me. I don't know. I spend a lot of time in malls, okay? Let's just put it that way. What else did I really want to look at? I mean, nothing else in the mall has really changed. And I could come back and do a longer video on the mall. Maybe after I do a... Oh, you're down there already. Hey, the submerged area. What is the submerged area doing here? I don't remember. I think it's just another section of the mall. But the point is nothing's changed. So... let's get some place where I can fast travel and not get my ass kicked. Alright, so... nothing has changed there. Is that mine? Nope. Where's the White Springs again? Again, the White Springs is not a real location. Not that I can find. Alright, so... yeah. So, the White Springs has changed significantly at least twice since I've started playing the game.
Oh, how are we going to accommodate so many guests? They aren't even paying.
Yeah, there's so many of us, dude. Alright, anyway, so the White Springs, when I first started playing the game, the White Springs was an empty... it was kind of like the mall. It was empty. It had a lot of stuff that you could grab and collect, but it was overrun with Scorched and something else. And there was like a howler beast thing
I was out scavenging for food earlier.
in the basement, and it would like whoop you if you weren't paying attention. Anyway, it was worth coming in to grab everything because there was a lot of stuff to just kind of grab up and take back to your... if you're building, you know, you need the raw materials. Now... okay, so the first upgrade they had was they cleaned the place up. So everything upgraded and it was all clean. So it kind of... it didn't look exactly like this, but everything was clean. So that was the first step that they did. And I have promptly gotten myself lost. There we go. And they also put these in. Let's see if I can get to it. Is it its own zone? It wasn't its own zone. Okay. Alright, so... and these guys weren't here. So, they put in the...
try not to track blood on the carpet.
concierge. Where? This is not the area I thought it was in. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. So they put this area in. And they cleaned it up. And there were... I'm trying to remember. There were robots and stuff. Robots. And things inside. But they didn't really do much. And you basically could just sell to them and maybe buy a couple things off of them. Which is basically what you can do now. But now, when they upgraded it, yeah, so now you've got the Brotherhood of Steels being represented here. I think you can get some specific items in there. I think you can still walk around and just loot the hell out of the place. As long as you don't attack anybody, I think you're good. But, again, I have very limited space right now, so we're not going to do that.
Today's security status.
And this particular shop's brand new, but you can go in and buy recipes, you can buy cooked meals. A lot of places... did we ever get the spa working?
Due to reports of spinal contusions, robot chiropractic and massage services are no longer available.
Okay, so the spa is still offline for the most part. I think that was a missed opportunity, honestly. You could have turned this into some kind of like healing area, but... who am I? With some fun little interactions in it. Anyway, so the mall area, once the pit,
Someone should be with you eventually.
once the pit dropped, this is what happened. They completely revamped everything to look like this. And so we have this much more mall-like mall. And they made this its own zone, apparently. I didn't remember that. You can still shop and talk to and interact with all the wandering robots, the quote-unquote NPCs. So, but it's clean. See, there used to be stairs here. Not these stairs.
Please do not interfere with resort security patrols.
Yeah. So, on top of everything else, they've, like, completely redesigned the interior of the White Springs. And like I said, when the pit dropped, this is what we got. I'm not mad at it. It's kind of cool. It's a neat spot. It's a neutral zone. You can come here and not have to worry about getting attacked. You cannot go upstairs anymore. I never really spent that much time examining what all had actually changed. I haven't done the pit yet. I dropped out right after they put the pit in. So if I jump that, can I go upstairs? Sometimes it won't let you.
Serve and protect.
No. Invisible wall. Alright, anyway. So I did want to talk about the White Springs just because it has visibly changed since I started playing the game. And I figured if any of the zones were going to change a lot due to updates, it would be the White Springs again. But I don't think they've dropped another major update since the pit, so... And here we are, the lovely exterior of the White Springs. Now, when I first started playing the game, one of the best places to set up your camp was on the golf course. Because these guys would protect you. Well, not intentionally, but they protected the grounds, and therefore you got protection. And so a lot of people would put their camps in the area. As close to the White Springs as you can get them. Anyway. I think you can still camp out on the, I think you can still camp out there. I don't think there's anything on the golf course yet. I'm gonna go find out. These little shacks are still basically shopping areas. You go in and you buy... That's not what I mean. You can go into a lot of these and just kind of gather things. But they are... Oh yeah, I think they're like a giant bee monster. That's my... Oh shit, that. Oh, and now I die. Alright, anyway. Okay, so they did split the White Spring up into two different zones. So, you know, that's what's happened over the few years I've been playing this game. More years, in many years. Anyway. So there you go. I came to see if anything had changed, and no. Nothing has changed, which is good. Do I even want to bother trying to recover my body? Is that... Yowie still over there? Yep. Well, somebody killed you. Anyway. So, yeah. So there you go. I'm probably not going to go recover my body. I don't think I have anything worthwhile on myself. Anyway. So there's that. And... I should probably go back over to where the machine's in. White Springs isn't the worst place to respawn at. Alright, so there you go. That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to see what has changed. Not a whole lot.
Potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh, and only a few rads.
Okay.
If you see anyone struggling out in Appalachia, be sure to tell them about the White Spring.
You took away my camping zone, my dude. I'm not happy with you. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. there's the White Springs, and there was the Galleria. Nothing has changed in either location. It's not necessarily bad, not necessarily good. And yeah, so gameplay is pretty much the same. I don't think I've seen any major updates. If you play with some of the mechanized armor, which I know most players do, I don't. There's no good answer for that one. Then maybe there's been some updates, I think, I recall. But I do wish they'd give us vehicles. Even just a bike. Yeah, there we go. There's the golf course. Yeah. So out there is where we used to camp. Is that someone's camp? Somebody's camped out there. So, there you go. You guys just stay over there. That's the most exciting thing about the game. I'm probably going to be poking around inside the game again and playing a little bit more. Probably not going to share my absolute crap gameplay. No offense. I mean, no reason for you to be offended. I suck at playing this game. But I would like to go around and look at a couple different locations and things and get a feel for the land again. I would like to complete the story too. But again, I really like this game in general just because of the... I saw you. I really enjoy this game in general just because like the whole point of the game is to tell stories through the items left behind, which is basically what archaeology is. So when you're playing this game, you're putting together the story of what happened. I mean, we all know the story of what happened, but when you play the game and you're not just running around looting everything, which, you know, do you, then you actually have a chance to look at where stuff is, what stuff is, why it's where it's at. And I have to really hand it to the game developers because they put thought into this. Like, none of this is random. Obviously, it's a game. It has to be laid out. But even, like, the bear with the fork stuck in it while it's on a plate. There's a bunch of other little things. There's the gnomes and the baby buggy with the bottle, the wine bottle. I don't know what's going on there, but it's funny. A lot of times you'll find the deceased posed or near things, kind of telling you what they were doing, what their last thing was. Alright, my neighbor's gone. What I don't know, and I probably should do a little bit more research to figure this out, when you find the skeletalized remains of the NPCs of this game, I don't know if they're supposed to be creatures that had... creatures. I don't know if it's supposed to represent that they got caught in the actual, like, atomic blast, and that was what they were doing at the very final moment. Please, I could totally ride this bike. And I would ride this bike all around the White Springs. It would be amazing. Yeah, I like pork and beans. Anyway, I shouldn't be collecting. I don't know if that's supposed to represent that they died instantaneously from the blast, which it kind of only makes sense that they did sometimes given the positions you find them in. But also then there's the green glowy scorched bodies, where if you get too close to them, they like powder and you get hit with radiation. Someone's camp. No. No, I've never been over here. Clearly, I've not investigated enough. I don't even know what this is. Anyway. So I don't know which one's supposed to represent what. There's also fire... No, not really fire. I guess it's radioactivity breathing dragons in the game. And they, when they breathe fire, well, they kill you for one. But I think maybe they're part of the storyline of the Scorched. So. Oh yeah, and then what are those things? Feral ghouls, that's what I'm talking about.
Law and order has prevailed.
Scorched and there's ghouls. I get them mixed up. I don't think I've ever been over here. And that is a sad statement. So yeah. I don't know how to tell the story of the bodies, but for the most part I think I'm going to stick with this. You know, they died instantly, because some of them just don't make... Otherwise, the positions just don't make sense. And I think I'm rambling at this point, so... I'm going to put myself someplace where I'm going to remember where I am. And log out, and thank you everyone for coming along on this little exploration with me. And hopefully the next time we go out will be a little bit more exciting because we'll actually be doing something besides just walking around. Or we'll just be doing archaeology.